Hi, this is George from George's Insects, and today I'm going to do an animal room tour. So currently I don't have that many species. I have over 3 species, I would say, because I do have some unknown species in the room. But we're just going to get right into it. So here is the first species I'm going to show you, which are the Indian stick insects, commonly known as otherwise the laboratory stick insect, the common stick insect. Can't think of any other names, but the Latin name is Carassius morosus, and as you can see here is the enclosure. There's a paper towel bedding for the bottom. Then we've got a piece of cork bark, and then just a forest of privet. I use glossy privet, which is a ligustrum species. I can't quite remember the actual species name. I can remember the genus, which is Ligustrum. In here, I've approximately got 20 to 25 individuals, mainly adults, a couple of juveniles. But this is my second stage. So I've had. These are the eggs of the adults that I used to own, but that they have passed on. And I did donate some of the eggs to different places. You can see on our website what I did with them. So this is just a basic enclosure. I like that it's got a clear plastic front so you can actually see the animals. And then it's got netting on all the other surfaces, excluding the bottom, which is like a tarpaulin type material. And the netting just allows for good circulation. And obviously it doesn't allow mold and things like that to grow. So I'm going to try and open this here with one hand. Let's have a look in here. So as you can see, the privet does need changing. There's some rows in there as well, which is just normal rows, or it's something chinensis, I believe. And as you can see, I know a lot of this looks like fecal matter, but there, around one that has an egg right there. Let me try and find. Oh, there's another egg right there. You can see they've started laying. Obviously, some of them started laying. So we should get some more babies shortly. Let me close that now. The care for these guys is pretty simple. It's room temperature. The temperature. You want a decent humidity. I spray them down once every other day, or even once a week, just to keep them moist. Yeah, other than that, they are okay to handle, but they can be fragile and they can lose limbs with rough handling. Otherwise than that, they are one of the easiest invertebrates and pets, for that matter, to care for. It's just the handling is okay, but obviously not the best pet to get if you're looking for a pet you can actively handle. Okay, so next we are going to look at millipedes. So up on this shelf up here we have we'll start here. So as you can see, what's written on it, these are unknown babies. So let's open this up here. Okay. So you can see that food definitely needs changing out. This is called cuttlefish bone, good for calcium intake. And yeah, so usually the babies of the millipede species tend to bury down into the dirt. Let's see if we can see any. There's one there, if you can see that. Yeah, they tend to burrow down the vast majority of the time. So those are unknown millipede species. They could be copper-banded, they could be blunt-tailed snake, they could be white-legged snake. Unknown species at the moment. Now next we've got, so these are the white-legged snake. Latin name is Tachypodolus niger. Obviously not the best with pronouncing Latin names. As you can see, they've eaten the cucumber much better. We've got cuttlefish bone there. These are much easier to find. They commonly hang out under this wood here, more on the surface. You can see one is actually connected to that piece of wood there. These are white-legged snake millipedes, and they are indigenous to the United Kingdom. I live in the United Kingdom, and as you can see, I put one side of the enclosure decently moist, and the other side a bit more dry. As usual, a cuttlefish bone and a little cucumber in there for them to eat, and obviously rotting leaf litter is good for them because they will eat that as well. Now moving on to the last animal I'm going to showcase. This is a Horsfield tortoise enclosure. So the care for these guys is obviously a bit more, well, a lot more advanced than the invertebrates we've just seen. You need a heat UVB UVA lamp. This is a Exoterra mercury vapor. You can get like dual dome ones or just singular dome with UVA, UVB and heat emitters. So you want a large enough water dish for the tortoise to actually be able to get into the water, but obviously you don't want deep water. Now, I might have forgot to mention, this is the Horsfield tortoise, or Testego horsfieldi. Again, cuttlefish bone here, which provides a good calcium intake. If the tortoise feels they're not getting enough calcium, they might chew on that. And obviously, the UVA and UVB helps them to actually process all the vitamins and calcium that they are actually taking in with their food. And that is very, very important. Otherwise, it can lead to pyramiding of the shell, metabolic bone disease in long term, and things like that. So this tortoise is actually a rescue, and it's Poppy. She's about 8 years old. I rescued her about 5-6 years ago, maybe, and she was kept with no heat, no light. Well, just like a reading lamp, no UVA, UVB, things like that. But yeah, I'll show you her in a second now. So you're going to want a food dish or food slate, or just a plate to put food on. Their diet consists of mainly weeds and grasses, about 70%. Now the Horsfield's tortoise is a Mediterranean tortoise species, and you want them to have a maybe 5% fruit. Not like they don't not give them fruit, but maybe fruit once every other week. Not too much because they're not built for that, but they may eat fruit in certain seasons in the wild. So I've got the cool hide there, the warm hide here. That's just a rock underneath the heat lamp. Not necessary, but just looks nice. Over here are rocks. So these are important to file down the tortoise's nails, so they don't have to be trimmed by you or the veterinarian. And you definitely want a timer on your heat lamp, just so it's just easier, and a thermostat if possible. Okay, substrate. You don't want to use pure sand for this species, for many reptiles, because it is known to cause impaction in many species. There may be a couple of anomalies in this, but I'm not certain of any species that can't get impacted from sand. So this is about a 75-25 mix, so 75% topsoil. You don't want compost because that tends to have fertilizers and chemicals in them, topsoil, and 25% sand, play sand. You don't want gritty sand or building sand or anything like that, because otherwise that also increases the risk of impaction. These guys don't like high humidity at all. You don't want high humidity. You want to bath them maybe, depends, once or twice a week, but that does depend. So actually Poppy is in her bath right now. Here's Poppy there. Yeah, as I said, you want to bath them once, maybe twice a week, and you want to make sure that they are taking in enough fluids, because it can cause dehydration, bladder stones and things like that. But she's doing well. She's just actually almost fully recovered from an upper RI, or otherwise known as a respiratory infection. She is there. Yeah, she's really nice. Yes, she's recovering from respiratory infection. She's having her last antibiotic injection tomorrow. Yeah, and that respiratory infection made her lethargic and dehydrated. But anyway, that is all of the animals that I currently own. I'll make an update next time I get an animal, really, and I think the next animal I'm going to get is a crested gecko. I believe in a couple of months, maybe. So yeah, that's what's on the horizon. So thank you all for watching this video, and if you want any more information on any of the pets, you can see them on www.georgesinsects.com, and any information on how to care for these animals, go to www.georgesinsects.com, and that can help you out there. So thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider clicking that subscribe button. Thanks.